Hello everyone, this is Allegedly Caleb, and we are back with another episode of Panzer Campaigns France 40, where I play my fellow YouTuber, James, in Forester's Offensive. Now in this scenario, I am playing as the Germans, and he's playing as the French, and I am attacking a French defensive line while outnumbered, outgunned. I would say that at least because he has tanks. I got to build up a hero story, don't I? And yeah, this has been a tough one so far. So let's see the Allied battle replay, and we are on the verge of our night turn. So this will be the last daylight turn of the day. And then after that, we'll have one more day before we finish. So let's see what happens. We built up another trench there. Ooh, they took a lot of casualties. Oh, nice. One of their units fatigued. Now, some of the keys with these night turns is not assaulting. With night turns, assaulting can cost you up to twice to 4 times the amount of manpower, whether you fail or not. And if you know from watching previous episodes, we are pretty low on manpower. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I definitely encourage you to do that, as there is a lot that's happened. It's always good to have context in these types of games. So the main things I'm worried about right now are really this toehold over here. That's the main single thing I'm worried about. This guy, I think he's got a good chance at holding his line. We'll see though. Unless he disrupts, then he might counterattack me. We'll see. Oh yeah, here comes, oh god, and they're low on ammo. Here comes the artillery bombardment. I've disrupted as many units around them as I can. Oh god, but now they're disrupted. So this is what he likes to do. He usually artillery bombards. Sometimes he'll use his defensive line to try and disrupt us as well. But he gets disruptions on the spots he wants to attack, and then he'll try and attack us. This whole area is a fiasco. We just got minor roads over here, so trying to scoot men across that pontoon bridge we created has been difficult. In other notes, one thing I found out, so one way to get replacements, not one way to get replacements, the only way to get replacements is if a unit has not been has not moved at all and has not taken any casualties or attacked the other unit. Really, it's if the unit has not taken any actions or if the unit has not taken casualties. So one strategy for these night turns is to just hit as many of his units as I can so that they do not get replenishments. Anyway. Oh, one of his units recovered there. It's a good thing we didn't try to attack these guys. One of those tanks recovered too. I did discover last turn that using my heavy artillery on his tanks is a pretty effective way to take them out. I was able to take out some B1s, which have the heaviest armor, and they're difficult for my men to attack because they have a range of 2. And my anti-tank guns only have a range of 1. So they can just fire at my guys all day. There's not really much I can do about it. Unfortunately, I don't really have the manpower anywhere to recklessly assault him. I have less battalions than him in general, and the battalions I do have are very beat up. Very, very beat up. He's got some pretty beat up men too, though. We know that. We've seen some of his men are getting down to getting down to less than 100 men, which is interesting. Good. His disrupted units attacked them. Oh, did those guys disrupt? Oh, you know what? Yeah, they did. That's right. He can't see that they're low on ammo, which is good. Oh, goodness, are they gonna... I don't think that he has the men to assault. Or I don't think he has the movement to assault, which is good. I'm glad I disrupted so many of those men. He's brought back some of his recon units. Looks like he's moving units that we can't see right now as well. Now that it's nighttime, our vision has been reduced by a lot. Mostly we can only see one hex. Sometimes we can see two hexes. What's going on? Does he have this much to move still? It's kind of crazy. Okay, he's officially taken more losses than us now. Oh, there we go. Let's pay attention again. They've just moved up. Oh, I think that's the guys from over here. Alright, that's the end of the replay. It's night turn, so now we can see even less. One artillery unit unavailable, that's good. 6 units low on ammo. Let's use our keyboard shortcuts. So to find low ammo, that's S. Ooh, we got a lot of units low on ammo. 75, that supply is not horrible. This unit will rest. 36th Division. I don't recognize those guys. Are those his reinforcements? They must be sitting on this objective. Yeah, I don't recognize them. Still got some Galliard troops. Both of these units are super low. That must be one of his HQs. Oh, those guys are down to less than 100 men. Oh yeah, we knew that. Those guys are too. Interesting. Half of our disrupted units are no longer disrupted. Let's see. All right, so for disrupted, it's D. Okay, here's all of our disrupted guys. He's still got a bunch of them, which is good. So these guys, good. That's this unit. Okay, I want them to push across. These guys. Where are they? Oh, the unit that was there already. Yeah. These guys. Nice, one of the units over here. I want them to recover so that they can hit them down here. This unit right in here. Ooh, these guys are at 30%. That's not good. Now, I'm really going to be the one who sets the tone for this episode, because I think if I don't attack him, I'm not sure he'd attack me. And that's a wireless intercept, so there must be a HQ unit there. And I got that wireless intercept too. All right. Is there anywhere? All right, we need to think of a couple things. First, is there anywhere that we know absolutely he's going to attack us? Let's see what he can see. Interesting, he can't see these guys. Okay. All right, so is there anywhere we absolutely need to push this turn? We got 9 more turns. We're going to have, what it's going to be, so it's 10 o'clock right now. Then we'll have our midnight turn, and our 2 o'clock turn. So 3 turns of night turns, which means we're going to have 6 turns left to try and take one of these objectives. Not great odds. The nice thing about these guys right here is they're forcing him to use so many units to defend this area. Like these guys, if they were all over here, would be pretty difficult. These guys are keeping this 1st Reserve Infantry Division over here. Over at this objective. So if we went for this objective, we could potentially... You know what, do I have my epic pen? Okay. I've been learning to use this. This is a pretty cool little app So, ultimately, you can see, I think this objective will be the easiest to take. Easiest to hold, that's a whole nother question, but at least the easiest to take. Maybe the second objective that we could potentially get is this one. So it's funny because that's the opposite of my original plan. This one I thought was going to be the easiest, but he's concentrated a large amount of his force in these woods, which has been difficult to dislodge, even though they're the weakest unit. So we're going to go after this one primarily, and we've got some forces right here that we're going to reinforce down there. These guys, I'm a little conflicted on. The main issue, I mean, what we could do, actually, let me erase that, is hold 2 of these trenches, just with 1 each. And then our other 2, maybe even 3 if we count these guys, we swing around here and attack him into this objective. I was going to say, or vice versa, we go after this objective, but that's just a recipe for getting cut off by all these guys. So I think what we should do with these guys is hold this trench line that we took from them, and then swing our other units around down here to attack that unit in concentration with those guys. And maybe what we can try to do is slowly bring trickle units over here where we can. That could be the right call. On our left flank, we can continue trying to push over here. And I think the fact that he brought in this brand new division we haven't seen yet indicates that he is committing his reserves to holding that objective. I think that's what that indicates. So if he's going to be doing that, then that reinforces that we should be attacking this objective. The problem with one problem I'm facing with potentially bringing any of our men over here over is there is a canal that runs right along here. What we would need to do is take our men up, down, all the way down like that, and that would take at least a couple turns, and we don't really have that time anymore. So we should continue pressing this attack, especially since he wasn't able to dislodge these guys. That was one thing I was really scared about. Second thing I was scared about was that he would potentially get them out of here, and he didn't do that either. So maybe what our plan of attack is to prepare for a big push on this one. Keep pushing here. And what that means for this turn, since we're not going to be moving units if we can help it, we're going to try to reinforce this bridgehead right here. Because we don't want that to fall. Otherwise, we're going to have a hard time getting back over. We're going to start scooting some of our units out, maybe. And then getting concentrated in this area for a big push through Stonne. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan. That will be our one way to potentially come back from this. So, let's take a look really quick. Victory conditions. So if we are able to capture that one objective, we'll be at about 345 victory points, which will be enough to get us a minor defeat. If we get above 200, then if we're less than 200, that's our major defeat range. If we're over 200, we get a minor defeat, which would be historical, I think. I think that would be the historical outcome, which I would like at the very least in these kinds of scenarios that are very difficult for one side to outright win with, say, a major victory or even a minor victory, is at least getting the historical outcome. So that's my current goal. Now, if both this attack and this attack goes well, maybe there's a tiny chance we can get a minor victory or even a major victory, but that is a little doubtful. Anyway, we've rambled on for quite a while, so let's go ahead and start artying the heck out of his units. Now, who do we want to go after first? Let's look at his sad faces. What should our list be? Maybe continuing to hit units in this vicinity, hitting units in this vicinity, preferably units that are not in trenches. So these guys in fields, they're a good target. These guys in forests, meh, not the tanks either. These guys, I mean, this village is, it could be good to make this rubble actually. That way we can make it more difficult for his men to pass through. All right, and then these guys are in an improved position, so 20%. They're at 20%. 10%. We could hit them some more. Trenches plus village, 40%. Yeah, we do not want to hit those guys with artillery. That'll be pretty useless. Yeah, there's that 36 division. So let's hit these guys first. No planes. Unfortunate. Okay. Hit the tanks. They can't hit anything. Who's this? Oops. Them. They can only hit this side. They're in improved positions. Yeah, let's go after the engineers. We don't need to hit any of those guys. Let's go after these guys. There we go. Might as well hit them. Let's hit both units. No effect. I almost wonder if that's worth hitting. I don't think so. This is, ooh, that looks like a big artillery piece. Yeah, that's 150s. All right, let's use those to hit the tanks. hard of 5, soft of 19. How about you hard of 3, soft of 13? Maybe go after these guys instead. Let's just make sure they're all gonna be tired. All right, now we've got our blue units. Hit them. Hit whatever's there. Don't want too many of these guys recovering. Nice. Let's hit them once. Let's go after them again. No rest for them. I would not be surprised if a lot of these units are low on men. Nice. What, that heavy artillery? Yeah. More heavy. Ooh, 210. Hard 5, soft 24. Almost feels like it'd be a waste to use on. Wonder if trying to break them is worth anything. I think that's everyone. All right. Well, there's no point in firing with our disrupted units. Should I send these guys back? I might as well. They're so low on anything. They're not going to be helpful anyway. I'll keep them there. These guys have very high fatigue. It's not good. He can't see that though, which is good. Interesting that the recon company has a hard value of 2, which is interesting. Oh, they disrupted. They were at E. Wait for both those guys to get a little better. Nice. At least we're protecting this road. I doubt he'd move someone into here. All right, what else? Don't disrupt on me now. Oh, thank God. Ouch. Ouch. Nice, now we got 3 units. You guys are going to be bridging. They're on patrol. All right, is that everything? I think that's everything. This video's been about half an hour, a little over that. All right. Yeah, so our men are worth more than his men. But he has lost more of his men now, which is a good sign. Anyway, that should conclude our turn. So let's try seeing if there's anyone we should have done something for. Any units we should have fired with that are low on fatigue? Maybe these guys. Might as well keep them from resting. Nice. Uh-oh. Nice, kept those guys from resting. All right. Well, they're gonna be attacked anyway. So I'm almost tempted just to oh, that's a 40% modifier. 10%. 20. Yeah, let's attack these guys. Let's see if we can do any damage to any of these guys. One man. Two men. Nice. I'll rest them. How about over here? They should be rested. They'll both be rested. There's no point in attacking with them because they're all disrupted here anyway, except for these guys. I guess we can attack these guys. Doing a lot of damage to them. Almost double digits each time. Oh, that sucks. That should be it. Let's take a look at the ratio again really quick. 6-1-3-1 versus 5-9, 5-9. Nice. We dropped the total points back in our favor a little bit again. Should I move these guys? Oh, they disrupted. I really thought that units at nighttime, if they're in travel mode and on a road, don't disrupt, but I guess that's not true. Anyway, we are done with the turn and we're ready to send it to our opponent. So let's go ahead and flip the turn over and email it. Thank you everyone for watching. If you made it this far, double thank you. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you enjoyed my use of Epic Pen, which I definitely want to use in more of my videos. It's good for training your thought on things. And I hope you enjoy the next episode once it comes out. I've got a couple of these recorded already, so this will be pretty fun. Anyway, everyone, thank you for watching, and have a good one.